What is up, you guys? So, if you are familiar with my channel, I would say every week, if not every other week at a minimum, I normally give some sort of update on my work, my job. I like to keep you guys updated on it. I was making a lot of videos at one point about it. There was so much shit going on with my company, just with like people not being happy, and then my personal situation. I've made plenty of videos about that. So if you want to get more, updated on that, feel free to go check those videos out. But the purpose of this video, I want to talk about the bonus that I'm getting in March, and it's going to be about $2,000. Now, while this isn't life changing money by any means, it's a significant amount of money. You know what I mean? Like an extra 2K a month is something that just about anyone could benefit from. And again, I know it's not life changing, but in my opinion, I think it's pretty significant. And I'm really happy about it. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about it, what my plans are with it, and sort of how I got it, and what this looks like, moving forward, maybe over the course of an entire year. So let's talk about this real quick. Back in January, I moved into a new position at my company. Um, Opportunity to make more via bonus, as you can see, and I'm starting to reap the benefits of it now. It's not like you hit your numbers for the month and you get paid out that next day. Like there's a bit of a delay to it, but I'm finally starting to hit my bonuses and receive those payouts. So this bonus that I'm receiving at the end of March is actually for the month of February. And not only did I hit 100% of my quota, I actually exceeded it a bit. And I do get compensated above my normal bonus based on that additional performance that I have made. So I'm pretty excited. And again, this bonus is looking at about 2,000 or so, and that is gross, not net. So I won't see all of that, but hey, it's still something. You know what I mean? So let's talk about what my plans are for this, right? Because an extra 1,500, we'll say after taxes, coming in somewhere in that neighborhood. I haven't ran the numbers or seen it exactly, but let's call it an extra 1,500 after taxes. That's a pretty nice chunk of money, right? Like what what do I do with it? Do I save it? Do I invest it? Do I spend it on stupid shit that I don't need? If you watch my videos, you already know that that's not the answer. But I think what my plan is, and this is something that I've been wanting to do, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it with this paycheck, is I want to beef up my checking account a bit. And I've slowly but surely been beefing it up. I used to keep anywhere from like, I don't know, 1 to 2 grand in my checking account. I have beefed it up a little bit, but it's not where I want it to be. Ideally, I think now I would like my checking account to have around 5,000 in it. And the reason that I want to increase that number is because recently my girlfriend and I have moved in together. She moved into my place when her lease was up. So while my expenses have actually dropped significantly because we do share expenses, we're pretty clear on that. We're on the same page when it comes to money, and we pretty much split rent and utilities and food and all that kind of stuff. So while my expenses have actually dropped, I do want to beef up my checking account a bit because the main reason my the rent comes out of my account. So with that being said, she still does send me the money, but I just like to make sure I have enough money to take care of rent and all my bills for a month. And my bills are nowhere near 5,000 a month, but I just feel like, you know, the fact that it all comes out of my account and money is constantly moving around. We've, send money to each other for groceries and all that kind of stuff. And even recently with like filing taxes, I had to pay for tax software. Like expenses come up, right? Things happen. And I just like to be fully prepared for that. And I think having my checking account in that $2,000 range, I just don't really feel as comfortable with that anymore the way I used to, especially with my girlfriend living with me now. Like the expenses have changed a bit. We've got a storage unit for some of her stuff and my stuff. So I don't know. I just want to err on the side of caution with everything. So that's why I think I'm going to take the majority of this and beef up my checking account a little bit and probably continue to beef it up a little bit more. I'm not saying it's going to get up to that five, with this bonus that I'm getting, but it'll get me closer to it. And ideally, I would not like my checking account to drop below 5. Again, I know that is probably a bit more than I would need, especially since my monthly expenses are probably under 2 grand at this point now that she moved in with me. But again, it's a mental thing for me. I've always been very precautious and borderline anxious when it comes to money. I just don't like the idea of owing people money or not having enough money to handle things. So I think that's what my plan is. Might go ahead and throw some into stocks and possibly a little bit into crypto. But I haven't fully decided on that. It's more likely going to be into stocks, or the majority of the money invested is going to go into stocks versus crypto. But I haven't, that's not set in stone just yet. So that is my plan for this bonus. Let's talk about what this looks like over the course of a year. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job in this new position. I'm hitting my numbers. It looks like I'm going to be hitting my numbers, knock on wood, in March as well. So if I continue to do this, like, my total compensation is going to jump pretty significantly over the course of a year. Like if I'm pulling in, let's call it 2 grand a month additional income just from hitting my bonus. Pre-tax, we're looking at almost an additional $25,000. And when I sat down and realized that, I was like, holy shit, this is an opportunity right here. And on top of that, if I continue to perform the way I have been, I'm going to see a decent, scratch that, a pretty significant jump in my salary as well. So if we pair that jump in salary that hopefully I will get along with these bonuses, we're looking at an additional $20,000 to $30,000 of compensation per year. And by no means am I making this video to like brag or anything like that. Like I make these videos so that people who are watching it can relate, because I'm just a regular dude. Like I lived with my parents up until last year, just moved out. Like I'm figuring out this whole life thing same way you guys are. And I feel like, we see people on YouTube and social media who have it all and they're super rich, and it's kind of hard to relate to them sometimes. So that's why I like to make these videos, because I want to talk about a normal guy in his 20s who's in a situation probably somewhat similar to yours. And I just want to give my thoughts and talk to you about my mindset around all these decisions with my life, my personal life, work, money, investing, saving, debt, all this different stuff. Like I make this to be able to connect with people, and hopefully for people to be able to connect with me and relate to me. So that's the reason that I'm making this. And I'll be honest, man, like last year I was doing DoorDash for a little bit before I found a job in my new state and new city that I moved to. Like things have changed pretty significantly in the past year for me. And trust me, man, there was some really down times, you know what I mean? Like I was ready to quit this job a few months ago because I hated my old position, but an opportunity opened up and I took it, and now it seems like things are starting to head in the right direction. So, I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. There's ups and downs. This is life, right? But I'm taking full advantage of it. I'm trying to make as much money as possible, and chances are if you're watching this video, you're of the same mindset. So, I mean, if I had one piece of advice, just keep working, keep hustling. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, if you can go to bed knowing that you're putting work in and you're trying to improve yourself, that's really all you can do. But I'm gonna keep working at it. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on all this stuff. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this because I know I've made multiple videos about my job and the company that I work for, and all that kind of stuff. So I do like to keep you guys updated on that. With that being said, if you are new here, I post every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I post all kinds of content about personal finance, life experiences, really anything I feel like talking about. I just throw it over some gameplay for you guys. So if you do like this kind of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.